bigtractorpower.com is here with Machinery Pete in Hopkinsville, Kentucky at Hudson Implement, our local John Deere dealer. And it's exciting to have someone of national fame here in Hopkinsville, and we're excited to interview today. And just wanted to talk a little bit about what you do following auctions and historic equipment. I think that's one of my favorite things about your YouTube channel is when you find rare tractors like the John Deere WA-17 and Heritage Olivers and things like that. So what is your main business, or what do you do with auctions?
Well, yeah, Jason, I started a little over 27 years ago, just covering auctions. It was November of 1989, and our idea was, and still is, that the auction price information is very valuable, whether you're looking to actively buy, sell, or trade something, or just the fun part of it. You know, what's my 4440 worth? And so nobody was talking about big data back in 1989. Of course, no internet, but no, we just started compiling the data. Got up to working with over 1,000 auction companies, and just day by day we're just compiling sale prices on anything sold at auction. So if it's an anvil, if it's a 1-year-old combine or a sprayer, doesn't matter to me. We just want the sale price point. So that's how the business started, and it's evolved over the years as we've grown. So now we have 100,000 dealer equipment items for sale right on the front of the website, and we also equipment on upcoming auctions. We want to help the farmer find the needle in the haystack. So if you're looking for a John Deere sprayer, you just click it, and cuts through all the sale bills and just shows you the 5 or 10 coming up for sale. So again, it's just daily basis. And then when social media came along late 2008-9, I just saw an opportunity there to hop in and tell stories. Because I was getting the sense I just couldn't kind of give the audience enough, as you know, when you're passionate about machinery. So we just started, posting pictures and videos about, some of it's auction related, but some of it is like today at Hudson here, talking about what they're doing, talking to people in Kentucky about how you guys are feeling here. So it's just, telling stories day by day.
And on the social media, where can people find you, or what platforms are you on?
Yeah, it's just kind of, if you search Machinery Pete, whether it's on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, our page or channel should pop up. And it's just, we try to post quite often. So Facebook, usually like 3, 4, 5 posts a day. Just a mix of stuff. Here this auction, this tractor sold for this a sale today in Mississippi. We might talk about, just any number of things. That's what I like about it, is I don't know from day to day what it's going to be. Talking to you about Toy Tractor Times or a Big Tractor Power. So it's, one truth I found is wherever you go, there's people's stories. And it might be, we were just talking to a guy here, John, from Kentucky. You talk to him for 10 minutes, and then he goes, oh, by the way, Machinery Pete, I got a John Deere 40 self-propelled combine. Well, can you send me a picture? Can you send me a video? And then we just share that. And social media is like this big, fun classroom where we all learn about John Deere 40 combines or a 1-year-old case sprayer, whatever. It's just, we just talk.
Well, we definitely enjoy the stories that you're sharing. And I mean, 2016, just watching your YouTube channel, looked like it was a big year. I mean, you got to see that huge Alice Chalmers collection in Wisconsin,
that was
5
fun.
million international up in Montana. When you're out there, what is your all-time favorite historic find or rare? I mean, also the low-hour tractors that someone buys a John Deere and parks it in the shed and never puts any hours on it.
Well, I love the stories on the old rusty stuff that's unique. I'm just attracted to people who are passionate about things. So I guess some of my favorites, last year we were at the John Deere Parts Expo in Austin. And I didn't know that it was going to be there, excuse me, but we turned around a corner, and all of a sudden there is a 1981 John Deere 4440, the 2 millionth off line in Waterloo. It's got 26 hours on it. Now Deere had kept it in their archives, and I told the people of Deere, I don't think you really know what you have here in terms of interest, people learning about this. So we just did a little video talking about it, and it's when you find something like that, and at the same show they had the last 7810 that was made, the last 4960. One of my favorite videos we posted was the one, it was a 4960 from Ohio. It was like 3-4 years ago. And I'd heard the legend about it for years, about this tractor with hardly any hours on it, where the guy bought brand new, but he put it outside his shed, and then the trees grew up right, literally almost through the tractor for 20 years, and it had 14 hours on it. And when the guy passed away, a local father and son bought it, I think for like $74,000. And you have a tractor that's that old, been sitting outside in southern Ohio all the hot summers. You'd think it would kind of be, kind of hashed. But when you open the cab and the plastic's still on the seat, cardboard on the floor, it still smelled like a new tractor. So the quality of engineering back there in the early 90s, and then again, just to watch it run, come back to life. Stories like that are just really fun.
Well, that is one of the things I enjoy about your channel, because you get to parts of the country. Not everybody has the time or ability to go to all the places you've been, but to get into those collections and see that.
Yeah, it's one thing with our TV show that it takes us around the country. So when we were in Montana, we saw the tractor you saw when you were out there, that 5 millionth International 1066. But there's stories everywhere around the country.
Well, it's I was really excited to see those John Deere tractors at the expo, because you know Case IH, they've got an original Stars and Stripes 1570, the last 5488 built. You hear about them, you see them at shows, but I had no idea John Deere put that stuff back. And I think the 4960 you probably see at auctions is kind of a modern day classic.
Yes.
People really, that's like the 4020.
And people talk about it like that now, which I find interesting. Or the Magnum tractor. Boy, this was my dad's favorite tractor. And then of course there's the chatter, and then that's what I like about the auctions. You cover the auction, and here's a low-hour 7120. We saw one in Michigan sell September 11th, 2015 for $69,000. So I've got hundreds and hundreds of auction prices for all these 20-some years on Magnum 7120s, and that's the highest one ever, $69,000. So you show a picture of it, and we talk about it, and here's video of it selling, and it's just this swirl where we just kind of talk and learn at the same time.
What do you see out there that really impresses you as far as high prices? What brings? I mean, I think maybe like the WA17 John Deere four-wheel drive, $80,000 or more.
Anything with a tractor that has a rareness about it, and then if you drift into the 60s and 70s now, that's kind of where we see the sweet spot. So that WA17, I think that was Belleville, Illinois, $80,000, or the John Deere 4000. That was a gas power shift, one of 9 built, that Amman sold up in Minnesota for $82,000. And I love the story on it, where the Kirk went up to the sale, and they weren't even going to have the tractor on the sale. And he says, "Well, what's that over there?" And I go, "Well, that's our loader tractor." So he goes and looks, and he goes, "Do you know what you have here?" And I go, "Yeah, it's our crappy loader tractor." He goes, "It's a gas power shift. There's only 9 of these made." Put it on the sale. It's got its work clothes on, sells for $82,000. So again, anything rare, or like the International, the 7488s or 7288s. I think we just had a 7488 in Pennsylvania in September go for $105,000. People are throwing big money at that stuff.
Well, it's neat that you're able to tell these people's story, their history, find these machines that have the history. I like to watch like Oliver 66 Boy on YouTube, because he farms with this. He picks up like an 8-row Oliver planter like it's brand new, and to see that stuff still going.
Absolutely, piece of our history.
Yeah, I think you found a John Deere haystacker from the 70s this year, and it's just neat to see that looking almost new.
Was on the auction in Wisconsin with all the Alice Chalmers. It had the last Alice Chalmers tractor made, an 85, 60, 70. I think it was like $46,000. But you're right, that John Deere stacker there, it looked like brand new. So as you go around the country, again, I like the rusty stuff, and it doesn't matter to me what it sells for. We just want the price point. But when you find an unusual item like that in an awesome condition, it's just fun to talk about.
Well, thank you for talking and sharing these stories, and visiting with us at bigtractorpower.com. And where can people see you? I know you're also on television. What are the different ways they can see you? Our
website, just machinerypete.com, and then we have our TV shows on RFD TV Saturday at 12:30 Central, and I think it re-airs at 4 p.m. Central. So we appreciate folks watching the show. And then just Farm Journal Magazine, I write a column, Top Producer Magazine. If folks listen to AgriTalk Radio, every Monday 10:30 to 11, we do live radio. People call in with machinery questions. and then our Facebook, YouTube. So we're just Machinery Pete. You'll find us out there.
Well, thank you very much, Machinery Pete, and thank you for visiting Hopkinsville, Kentucky.
Well, thanks, Jason.
All right, thanks a lot.